For this video, I'm gonna teach you a little bit more about the Lychee Slicer's Auto Supports version 2, or what we call Auto Supports Plus. I've done a video previously, as well as Uncle Jesse recently released one at the time I'm making this video. If you haven't checked those, you could check those out after this one. But for this one, I really want to clarify some things I've kind of seen in the community or on the Lychee Slicer Discord. If you haven't joined that already, go join that now and kind of answer some of these questions that I see more often. So with that, let's get going. And to help me out, I've downloaded these two miniatures from the Lychee library. I've got this werewolf from Ennis Miniatures and John over here from Titan Forge. Recently, we just added a whole bunch of models from Titan Forge, so if you haven't been in there to check it out, I'd go do that now. To kind of simulate what I've seen all over, I've created my own preset, and I just called it my own for now. Now this preset, if I come and click on the gear right here and click on edit, and click on the support preset dropdowns, you'll see right here it's set to use preset light, medium, heavy, light, medium, heavy, light, medium, heavy, and then light. So basically what this means is in this menu, it's set up to use the light, medium, and heavy up here in my support presets, which makes sense, kind of. Let me show you kind of the issue with this one right here. So if I grab this guy and I click on, let's just say generate automatic supports, it's just gonna generate them, and then I'll show you what happens. All right, so those have been generated, and what we have right here is something that I've seen quite a bit. You've got these really huge supports kind of plastered in, and it looks kind of weird, and honestly, I personally wouldn't print this. So the reason why this is happening is because most auto support systems, including the Lychee original auto support, is only using one preset. So basically it's one support tip, one support shaft size for every single thing. With the new auto supports, it's actually using whatever you tell it to use. So if I tell it to use my heavy, and my heavy preset happens to be very thick, and I also told it to use my light, and my light happens to be very, very small, we're gonna end up with something that looks exactly like this. So to kind of help out with this in the new version of Lychee Slicer, which will be out very soon, we've created some presets that are specifically for the new auto support. That way we kind of don't run into this. To better showcase this, let me show you the new defaults that will be coming out with the new version of Lychee Slicer that will be coming out here relatively soon. So for that, I'm just gonna click on my own to the default presets. This is the one that's going to come with Lychee Slicer in the next update. From here, I'm just gonna hit generate supports automatically, and let's support John in just a few seconds. So now that John has been supported, we can quickly see it looks significantly better. These supports are much more what we'd expect from an auto support system. And let me show you under the hood kind of why this is. So if I go down to the select presets here, I've got the default. And I can make a duplicate of this so I can kind of peer in what's going on under the hood. If I go to the support presets, what we're gonna see here is it's not using the preset light, medium, heavy, which are basically my own presets I've created to whatever I have in the past. It's being set to these auto support light, medium, heavy, and whatnot. I can actually go in here if I had more, I could change these out if I wanted to, but for now I'm just gonna leave them the way they are. So let's go over here and click on the gear. And on the gear, you're gonna see there's a new category called Lychee presets, and that's where you're gonna see them listed out. Technically, you can come in here and you can overwrite them, but you can't delete them, which we don't wanna delete these, we want to save these. But that's pretty much the change here, is that Lychee Slicer, the new version, is gonna come up with these already preset up. That way, when you run auto supports, it's gonna look basically exactly like John over here and not like the poor werewolf. What we can do is, let's just rerun the auto supports on the werewolf. We'll choose to delete the original and not keep them because we did not like the way those turned out. And let's see how this guy turned out. And there we go, he's looking way, way better. This is how auto supports should look. This is what I think we all expected them to look like. So what did we learn from this? Well, let's go back a little bit. When you're doing manual supports, it's really common to make your support, like the small support tips, have very thin support shafts, and very large support tips have much larger support shafts. That makes sense if you're doing manual supporting, and it also made sense before we introduced the Lychee grid system and the Lychee auto bracing system. But now with auto supports and all this other auto stuff, and especially with the color codes we've added to the support tips right here that shows you what they are, that whole system just doesn't make sense anymore and ultimately interferes with a good auto support system. So in this one, all the support shafts are actually the same size between basically the smallest and the largest support tip. The only thing we're really changing anymore is the tip itself, and everything else remains constant. That way we get a really good system that flows really, really well. However, you as the user can still make all the changes you want. You can change these support tip settings to be whatever you want. You can even change the auto support algorithm to behave very, very differently. In fact, I've done that. I've created a few presets myself. So now let me show you how to upload those, and I'll kind of show you the differences between the default and the ones that I've created, just to give you an example of some things you could possibly do on your own. To do that, I'm gonna go over to the support preset, click on the drop down and click on import. From here, I've created my own. I just call it Derek presets. It doesn't matter what I name it. And I've created 2 different ones. Something for like figurines or large models, and something for like 35 millimeters minis or objects that are like really kind of tall and skinny. That's kind of what the smaller one's for. So I'm gonna select both of those and click on import. Now what that's gonna do is gonna add 2 additional presets under my presets. But I've also created my own supports difference. And you'll see those under supports. I click on the gear right here. You're gonna see there's the preset library, and I just put J3D in front of them so we can, they're unique. And you can see here I've got my own preset, as well as the auto support, the Lychee presets are also still there. Everything kind of contained in its own little bucket, which is nice. It keeps things a little bit better organized. Just for fun, let's take the same model and support it with all 3 presets, just to give you an idea of the differences between them. Even though this may not be the optimized model for these presets, it's still gonna be a fun little exercise. So let me go over here under prepare. Let's start with the smallest one, the 35 millimeter on the guy on the left. So we'll generate those auto supports, then I'll just kind of do the other 2. For the guy in the middle, let's do the 75 millimeter plus. Again, not really the best model for this preset, but let's just do it anyway. It's gonna be fun. And the guy on the right, let's just run the default. So the default is gonna be different because not only is it gonna use a different auto support settings, it's also gonna use different support presets. Because remember, when imported mine, it came with its own preset. So they're gonna be a little bit different, not just by the way the supports are placed, but by the actual supports used. But let's just look at the difference here. So the easiest thing to do is just highlight them. So the one on the left, the first one, did 391. Remember, that was the 35 millimeter, so almost 400. The one that's more designed for larger models did only 258. Again, it's really designed to have less support. So if you're doing a big model, you're not just coding that thing's in millions of supports. And then the default one is using 229. So I'd say the best comparison would be between the 35 millimeter at 329 and the big one at 229. So my version of a mini support system is definitely placing a lot more supports, but probably using a lot smaller ones. So I'm trying to dial things in so it's not using as many heavies, it's using more lights and mediums. But we can kind of check also to see what type of supports were used between the 3 of them. So let's click on this guy. Under island, let's click on this little hand right here, and it's gonna say I've got 43 islands versus 38 versus 45. So the default's definitely is set to gather more islands. I'm using like ignore small islands, probably a little bit more than the default is, and definitely a lot more than the one set for larger model is. That's just because on small miniatures, usually there's a lot of textures, and so I kind of set the threshold a little higher so I'm not throwing as many supports on it, at least on those really, really tiny islands. Let's now look at reinforcement. So the 35 millimeter one is set to 29. The 75 is doing 15. This makes sense because the reinforcements spawn next to islands. So if I'm selecting less islands, I'll have less reinforcements. And this one should have the most. 14 versus 29. So actually this one has a little bit less reinforcements. So I'm relying on more reinforcements on mine than the default. And overhang, 89 versus 60 versus 68. Yep, and that makes sense. Especially on the big one, I've got the amount of how close overhangs can be placed are a little further apart, again, because I'm expecting larger models. And there you go. That's just a quick example just to show you how different a preset can make the new auto support system really function within Lychee Slicer. And this is where I would also invite you, the community, to really go in there and kind of play around with the presets. Make your own and share them. There's a good chance that you might end up having the best auto support system that, well, anyone's ever made, coming very, very close to what maybe a human could do doing manual supports. There is one little gotcha that I do want you to be aware of, and that is on these supports, we do have the mini supports disabled. Now what that means is Lychee Slicer will use a mini support where there's no path to ground, meaning there's no path from basically from the island to the build plate. And the length is too small to place a regular support. So what it's going to do, it's basically just not going to put any support at all, leaving an island unsupported. So if you have that unchecked like I do in my default settings, what you'll want to do is head over to the island and quickly run an island search. From there, we can just go through and just check the islands just to make sure there's nothing we want to support. Now for me, when I'm doing an island search, I like to put a filter of 0.3 millimeters because personally, 0.03. I just don't like putting a support on something smaller than that. And it's showing that I have 25 islands. Let's click show, and it's 25 between all 3 models. So over here, I can see there's this little one right here. Was ignored because when I did my thresholds, this one down here, That one's maybe a little bit, see how it wants to put a mini right here, and I've got mini disabled. So I can, do some stuff that the algorithm can't do. I can tell it to place the mini, and I can actually just stick it to another support. And so that's why that one wasn't placed. Probably very similar to the one in the back. It just couldn't find a good path to ground where it wasn't intersecting with the model. Same thing with the hand right here. As you can see, of course, it has to put a mini support here on the hand. So I can come here and support that myself if I want. If you want to change this, you want it to automatically do mini supports. That's really easy to change. Just go to your preset, click on the gear, hit on edit. And over here, I can toggle on or off use mini supports. There's also a checkbox here if you want it to place basically only on the plate, meaning there's only a path to ground, and it won't place any supports that don't have a path to ground. For this test, let's just turn on use mini supports, and I'm just gonna run it again. So now that's done, we can see that there's some mini supports on this guy. If we kind of zoom out, we can see it placed them kind of all over the place. So I have a love and hate relationship with mini supports. I know why they need to be there, but personally, I just like to choose how I'm gonna place them and what islands I'm gonna use, which is why I have them turned off. But again, if you want to turn them on, that's how you do it. I will include a download link in the description for my presets. However, you must be running Lychee Slicer above 7.55. So if you're running 7.55 or below, you must update for them to work correctly. To get the newest update, you can head over to the Lychee Slicer website, or what I think is better, head over to the Lychee Slicer Discord channel. There we've got a channel dedicated just for the updates. You can get a description about what's changed and download it directly from there. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching and have yourself a fantastic day.